Right, hi guys. We are, well I am, heading over to Dungeness, which is sort of a bit of a rough ground, sort of old beachy, sort of, it was reclaimed land that was under the sea originally, like obviously hundreds of years ago. It's basically the nuclear power station there, and you've got two lighthouses, one old one, one modern, and basically there's the old fishing industry there, and there's quite a few old boats. For years and years and years they've been sort of disappearing, basically rotting and falling apart. There's still a few boats there. It's just a bleak sort of looking place really, you know, so it's kind of cool. Meeting one, maybe two people over there, just take pictures, and then we'll probably stop back here on the way back with these lakes, which can look good, but at the moment they're a bit choppy looking. It's not particularly windy, but there must be a little bit of a breeze. But yeah, no, we shall see what happens really. A little bit of slow traffic, but it's not the end of the world. I know Chris is already sat there waiting for me, but I don't think he's ever been out this way, so he doesn't really know the area. So he stopped at the end of the power station road, just sort of waiting for me. So that's easy enough. But anyway, so on we go. I'm going to be there in about 5 minutes, I think, something like that. Well, if this car speeds up a little bit. A couple of miles over that way. Here's to the right of us, we've got the military barracks, which they do quite cool things, shooting big guns and stuff like that sometimes. It's quite good to sit up here in the dark. They do night shooting, see all the tracer rounds, sort of heading out to sea, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so that's always quite fun. It's a really nice evening, bit of fluffy cloud, plus a bit of high stuff as well, so hopefully we get some interesting skies. I've got the A7r3 with me with the 14mm samyang wide angle on. I've also got the RX10IV as well, so I just sort of go one lens with the A7r3 wide angle, so you know it could look quite good. Tripod obviously, and yeah. So right, where's these going? So if I'll take the shortcut and see if it helps or not. It might be the same distance, but we'll sort of find out. But anyway, let's go there, and we shall go and take some pictures. So we arrived, met Chris there. Alex made a brief appearance, but they had to go. As you can see, there's actually two lighthouses at Dungeness, but this one was the active one now. I used the RX10R3 for this, including the next video and the slow motion range boat cruising past. Also had the A7R3 with the 14mm f2.8 samyang prime lens. So we just had a good old chat, met a nice guy there taking photos as well, and yeah, basically just had a nice evening all in all. Didn't leave until it was completely dark. It's quite interesting light actually. Yeah. I think I'm going to lose it quite quick. Cool, isn't it? It'd be fun if the cops come back actually.
We commercial shooters.
They are coming back now.
We're shooting for free fuel.
They'll either stop or they'll just drive straight past.
Someone wanted to run, but then I realised that gun.
Yeah, they've got guns.
Faster.
Yeah. They're slowing down.
What's going on?
So this used to be on here. This used to be like a double width, and used to roll right along. Still going?
So what was it?
Yeah. This used to be where they brought the fishing boats, the fish back on like a little cart back to the road, so they could transport them off to market or whatever.
Good, isn't it,
yeah.
Really? I remember coming there years ago and there's lots of dead fish on the thing. I was like, is that the nuclear shit or is that the white? For them to have the white bait?
Could actually stick this on pixel shift and try the pixel shift thing. I've not really tried it that much.
Yeah, obviously I've been doing a fuckload of research.
Yeah.
Pixel shift's great, isn't it?
Just sheer sort of quality really, that's what he's going for, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's actually a really cool angle. That'd be interesting to see. I said that'd be interesting to see. That'd be interesting to see anyway. Turn that off. The cool thing is now that what they've done is they've actually added in time lapse. So now they've added into there, you've got a time lapse function.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. So this shot here was the pixel shift image. 4 photos with the sensor actually moving left and right, I presume, at half a pixel each time. And then he basically overlays the shot, and then you end up with extremely sharp, very, very, you know, interesting image there. I've only used it once really before, and that was the second time really to use it, and actually pretty good. You just got to make sure nothing's really moving in the photo, because otherwise it sort of ghosts out. Here's some more shots. These are normal, straight out of the camera. That's just a normal shot there, as you can see, still nice and sharp. Well, the A7R3 is, you know, a really, really high megapixel, really, really sharp producing images, obviously if you take them correctly. But, you know, having that pixel shift really can add just that a little bit extra to it. Here's one of the old buildings with a little bit of light painting, the power station distance. This shot here, so this is still shot with the Samyang 14mm, but shooting straight through the ring. And actually you can see there, when you see it close up in a second, that you can still, I managed to basically keep the 2 lighthouses in, but as you can see there, the other lighthouse is in as well, so it worked out quite nicely. Quite a difficult shot to get because I had to try and get the tripod right. RX10R3 also playing its masterful game. This is where the light actually wasn't particularly good anymore, and you know, even shooting at sort of ISO 400 it wasn't too bad all in all. But as you can see, still nice and sharp. Brilliant camera, and just allows me to have, you know, a big lens in a bag that you can use every day of the week without having to carry, you know, loads of weight around. A lot more easy to move around, and as long as you've got relatively good light and you keep the ISO down, as you can see, it's really, really, you know, it's a great performing camera. And because you've got f4, you know, you've got plenty of light coming into the camera even when the light has gone, and you can hand hold it at sort of 1/100th of a second at 600mm if you've got a steady hand. It's absolutely fine. As you can see there, one of the cruise ships out to sea, and actually you can just about pick out France in the distance there on the horizon. As it got dark, we started messing around with slightly longer exposures and things like that, which was nice. So the lights came on and everything like that, but I mean, we're talking like almost 10 o'clock. I mean, 600mm from where we were stood. It's on a tripod, but still, what a usable piece of equipment. And a lot of people do say, oh, what's the, you know, the low light performance? I think it wasn't struggling to autofocus or anything like that. And we're talking like we're low light now, so we could possibly see 50 feet as it was getting darker. Is the moon through a little bit of haze, but it just performs brilliantly as an all-in-one. It will be interesting when they bring the Mark V out at some point, if there's been any improvements. There you go, nice and sharp. Really impressive camera really for what it can produce, and the fact that it fits in your bag with another camera next to it with other lenses and stuff quite happily, and it's just for me the perfect tool. There you go, and a low light image done with the RX10. It just performs. It doesn't perform as well as the A7R3 or the new A7R4, of course not, but for, you know, it's a very usable image. And also the images that you're just about to see we would have missed, and we would never ever have got these shots due to not having a 600mm lens. So at 600mm, zoomed in on that boat, about 15 miles away, the fireworks were going up across the sea, across the bay in Dover, and there's no way I would have ever got these photos. I know they're not the best quality due to the time of day and obviously the ISO. I had to turn the ISO up a little bit, but it's still a usable image. So really pleased we actually got them. As you can see there, I was messing around with the settings a bit there, but like I say, we got the shots that I couldn't have got with any other camera really, unless you had a big 400mm or 600mm lens. Here's the car at night. It's kind of like an American, kind of feels like it's out in the American sort of Midwest or something like that, which is kind of cool. So that worked quite nicely. And this is my favourite shot of the evening. It looks like the boat's actually on fire. Like I say, shot at 600mm. It was about a 15-second exposure, and worked really well. ISO 500. So don't forget to subscribe. Please click the notification bell, and please keep watching. Also check out some of the other videos, and go from there. So alright, thanks for watching. Cheers.